Hello and welcome to today's video. On today's video, we are going to take a little trip through the art store to pick out a new sketchbook. And we're also going to take a little trip to a local greenhouse that has the sweetest little coffee shop inside. And I got to go on a sketchbook date with a new friend of mine. So let's start off. So here we are in Desserts, which is, in my opinion, Ottawa's best art supply store. Has a great selection of anything you can imagine. Lots of colors, lots of products, and it's a real treat to take a walk through it and see what is available. This day I had a short amount of time. I wish I had longer. But I was on a mission to choose out a new sketchbook. So I recently completed a sketchbook that took me 2 years, almost 2 years to complete. And I was quite thrilled that I did that. I've started sketchbooks in the past and didn't complete them. This one, it was my challenge and I did it. So this day I was on the mission to find a new mixed media sketchbook, something that would hold up quite well if I wanted to paint on it. And so I was just sort of wandering through the store, just seeing what was new. Again, it's always fun to look at all the products. Here are the mixed media sketchbooks. So I started to feel the paper. On the cover of the books, usually there's a little bit of information about how heavy the weight of the paper. And I was really looking for something that had a thickness to it that would hold up well with paint. And that black one right there that I'm holding is the one I chose. I was also just checking out the watercolor paper because I have some projects coming up. So it's really nice to see it in person. And finally, I had to stop and see the stickers. I love stickers. I did not buy any, but these ones were sweet. That was my quick trip to the art store. I'd love to go back for more. It was a rainy day, so I went back home. We had let the kids stay home from school. Buses were canceled. And my son and I decided to do some baking together. I love that being creative can be in the kitchen too. So we were baking some carrot cake cupcakes, and just together, it was just a nice little time together to make something and enjoy the time being together in the kitchen. I also think it's great to, just have kids be involved and pass the time together by doing something that's, useful, special. My son was wondering, what are those black things floating around in there? And that was vanilla extract. So here are the cupcakes all done. We did cream cheese icing and I dusted some cinnamon on top, and they were delicious, especially on a cold, icy, rainy day. And speaking of ice, these were beautiful. These are the results of this ice storm we had. So I try to get out on a daily walk, and while I was out on my walk, I just couldn't, stop myself from looking at all of the beautiful plants that were covered in ice, and these had fallen over. They might have been Queen Anne's lace, I don't know, some kind of a weed in the ditch, but they were just covered in ice, and it was just absolutely beautiful, although probably not great for the plants. And so next we are moving on to Robert Plant Garden Center or Nursery. So this is a place where I actually did a paint party back in January. I hosted a paint party. I did 2 workshops, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And I did it here at Robert Plant, and it is just such a stunning, stunning greenhouse. So from the outside, it's maybe a little unassuming, but once you step inside, this place is just, it's a little oasis. So my friend and I, my new friend Krista and I, decided that we should meet up for a coffee and a sketchbook date. This is the greenhouse cat, Baloo, and he's always there. He's very sweet. So Krista and I got to know each other through our sons who play basketball together, and we both discovered that we each have an artistic background and maybe a little bit of an East Coast connection too. And so her and I decided that we should go here to Robert Plant, get a coffee, and do some sketchbook work. And when I tell you that an hour and a half just flew by, it absolutely did. So inside the greenhouse, they have the cutest little food truck that is permanently parked there. And then these tables set up around. So you can stop and have like a bite to eat or a coffee. And we chose sort of a less busy day. The weekends can be super busy, and I wouldn't want to take over a table on a busy day, but on I think it was a Thursday, it was a very sort of quiet day, and yeah, it was perfect to get our iced coffees and sit there and sketch. I really enjoyed my time catching up with my new friend, Krista. It's so great to make new creative friends and just to make time to get out there and do observational drawing. It's a skill that I need to work on. I'm not 100% thrilled with this image, but you know what? Instead of just sitting up and picking it apart, I'm going to be happy for the experience that I had. I'm going to be happy that I got out, that I got to spend time with a new friend, and that I made time to be creative. Because at the end of the day, I think that's truly what matters, and that is where the gift is. So thank you so much for joining me on today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon on my next video.